So welcome back to the project on the wiring harness for the Porsche 911, 912 that I've been working on. And I think the last time I left you, I was going through these little guys that I was in the process of trying to make these. That's the through body connector that goes up by the wiring harness. You know, headlight switch, ignition switch, wipers, blinkers, or flashers and stuff like that go through these things. There's 3 of them. I got 2 of them here. These are 2 of the original ones with the original harness on them. So I remember I think I had said that I was looking for another mold to come back, and that it would hopefully be the final version of that mold and I would get it right. Well, that wasn't the case. So ended up having to have the mold redone a couple of times. Have gone to heavy lengths of trying to build these things. I don't really know how many of them are here. I don't know. I think there's probably about 30, maybe 35 or so. Each one was a slight improvement. Some of them were steps back. It's almost embarrassing to show that, but that's, you know, to get it right, it just took that kind of work. So I am proud to announce, though, that I did finally get it right. And let me get these out of the way, and I'll get a harness over here. So, you know, the trick to them is that you have to put these harnesses, the wires into them. And this is the big one. This is the one for the ignition switch. So you can see I've got a little bit of cleaning up of it to do, but it pretty much came out spot on. I was pretty dadburn happy with it. I've got my connector under there, the little metal piece that I had produced. So very, very happy with it. I got, like I said, a little bit of cleaning up. The way the mold came out was it's pretty much perfect. As good as you're going to get, I think. I mean, there is one person else out there making these things, and his are a little different than mine, but I really did feel that I got them pretty darn close, and about as close as you're going to get, especially for a guy that is doing this as a hobby. Of course, their fill holes were different than mine. Mine were on the top. You can't see them because I cleaned them up, but that's it. But you can see the challenge. I think this was the longest wire, the yellow here. This is the wire that goes to the starter, so this is the one for the ignition switch. And that wire, if I remember correctly, I don't really remember. I'd have to look at my spreadsheet, but I think it's like 163 inches long, maybe something different than that. I don't remember. This one is, of course, the wires are a little bit different. They're all smaller gauge, and then this one has a couple of big gauges. It's got a big red and a really big red that goes to the fuse panel, and then another red, and then the big yellow that goes down to the starter. So, but glad to say, man, I've been getting this thing perfected resulted in a bit of a celebration. So I had to crack open a good bottle of wine on that one. So I'll tell you what, man, it's been a journey, and I'm proud to say that I've got them done. And next stage is to feed them back into the harness, and I will start recording that, and hopefully you guys will see a final product on a homemade wiring harness soon. So trying to do it to exactly the way the factory did it, being a little anal in that respect, but that's just the way it is. So having a great time doing it. So thanks. Stay tuned. I should hopefully have the actual building of the harness, which I'm really ready to do that. I've just got to feed these wires back into where they go, start the sheathing, attaching the sheathing from the small runs to the larger trunk of the harness, and then I'll do a complete video of installing it in the car. Of course, the car is not painted properly, but I think the way it's painted right now, it'll show a proper way to install these harnesses. So. And stay tuned. If you're wanting to buy these things, they will be available for sale. I'm going to build my harness and get mine installed first, and then I'll mess around with it. But if you had any interest in these, there's a couple of different ways I think I might do them. I might do them complete with the wire on there, or then I might build them with just a pigtail on them for people that have these in the car that are damaged, and then they just want to replace that and then, you know, tape it up and cover it up. So if you're interested, let me know. Leave a comment or shoot me a private message or whatever, but they will be available for purchase. So, all right, cool. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more of the same in the future, please subscribe.